Hey guys, Nobody's Place here. Today I'm going over my new FIZZ deck. It's FIZZ Twisted Fate. Original version just had FIZZ, but I've been messing with it, and I really think getting this deck optimized. It's a FIZZ elusive deck. I don't really play elusives that much. Never really been like my thing or like my style too much, but I don't know. FIZZ is cool, and I just like made it for fun. So I just think Starlet's here has a lot of potential as a card, and FIZZ is one of the best ways to bring it out. So let's go to the deck. I'm doing really good this deck in high rank masters. I won like multiple 5 game win streaks. I usually win like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 for every loss. It's overall just has a very good win rate. But let's just dive in the deck and I'll show you how it works. And then after the deck profile, I'll keep it quick, and then I'll let you guys see the gameplay of this video too. All right, so this deck's a lot different from where it started. So I'll go over like compared near the end of like cutting them, and I'll just say there's potential for change, but I really like the way it's going. So 3 warning shot, it's really good to proc Fizz, it procs shared spoils, but most importantly, it's just a 0-cost spell that activates Fizz and starts here. So shared spoils does come up somewhat, which is good too. So very just cheap Fizz spell, does 1 damage, which is like this deck is, as weird as it is, it runs like 3 Brittle Steel and stuff, but it is basically an aggro deck. Like it's just an elusive deck, and you want to just buff your elusives and attack with them. This is, I guess we'll explain Brittle Steel next, but yeah. 0-cost spell. Brittle Steel. Alright, so this is a 1-cost burst spell. That's the main reason it's in the deck. It's a 1-cost burst spell, it's just good with the Fizz and the Starlet Seer, especially the Starlet Seer. But this is also really good at stopping really good aggressive openings from certain decks, like the They Who Endure deck, when they open Curse Keeper and like Bark Beast and stuff like that. And they have huge pressure, and you're being out tempo, you can like Brittle Steel to like save health, or like try and regain the stability and like recontrol the board. It stops like their both decks when they go for game. They usually have something, at least one card that has like 3 less health. But it's also good to let you trade. Like you can have like the Golden Narwhal, like it gets vulnerable, right? 2/3 elusive with vulnerable, which means someone can challenge it and like force it to block, like force it to battle with their card, and you can just like Brittle Steel it to protect it. So this protects your cards from challenger units, vulnerable things, all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, I think Brittle Steel is pretty good overall. You can even just aggressively be defensive with it if they're tapped out. Let's say like it's an early game, you have Fizz turn 1 or something, and they play like a 3/2 and attack, and they're out of mana. Then you can use Brittle Steel and block with Fizz because you know that something's going to go wrong. So you can just use that to clear their unit as well, so it's good. 3 Elixir Vine, this card is absolutely amazing. Give an ally +0/+2 this round. Again, woman a spell that activates the Starlet Seer and the Fizz, but at the same time, it also protects your units from kill spells. It's the same thing as the battling. If you know they're tapped out, and you have like a Starlet Seer, which is already a 2/3, right? And they play like a 3/2 and they're tapped out, and attack, you can block with Starlet Seer and use Elixir of Iron. You get a +1/+1 on the top unit in your deck, and then they also lose their card, which makes it harder for them to pressure you, because they have less units. Like you kill their unit, you stop some of their tempo. So these 3 are all like really amazing, just cheap spells to activate Starlet Seer and Fizz. So Fizz, when you cast this, it's kind of hard to read. When you cast a spell, stop all enemy spells and skills targeting me. It's one of the main cards of the deck. He's not actually the focal point of the deck. I actually mulligan him in the opening mulligan. You usually want to always mulligan for Omen Hawk and Starlet Seer. Like you don't want to open with elusives. You want to open with like the buffs and then draw into the elusives. So, but very good. He attacks as an elusive. Which is when you use a spell, it becomes an elusive, and then you can use other spells to stop things from targeting him. So he's an elusive that can't really stop, and then he very frequently levels up, which is, I don't use Tomars too much. It does come up sometimes, but it's mostly that you just get an extra attack on your elusive unit. And his chance spell actually can go for game as well. But basically, in short, just a 1-drop elusive unit. Like this is a 3 attack and he's leveled up. So 1-drop, 3 attack elusive that like can stop cards from targeting him. That's really good. Chips in a lot of damage. So yeah, there's Fizz. 3 Omen Hawk. I think buffing's the point of this deck is to get buffed elusive units. It sounds kind of weird because sometimes you buff Omen Hawk and it can be like awkward because you rather buff them elusive, but I think the pressure Omen Hawk gives is extremely good. It's like if you get the Omen Hawk on 1 into drawing a 2-drop on 2 like Starlet Seer or Golden Narwhal with those huge stats, it really can just, some decks just can't beat that on the spot. Like that's not even just a this deck thing. This is just like an every deck thing. Like if you're playing like They Who Endure with Elise and you're playing Omen Hawk also, so you Omen Hawk, then you draw into Elise on turn 2 with a 3/4 fearsome like Elise, like that decks just can't beat that. A lot of times that just can spell the game right there. So I think Omen Hawk's extremely powerful. I'm pretty sure most people think that. Tension for like debatably the best 1-drop in the game. I think it is. But point is, yeah, you want to buff the elusives. Anyways, Golden Narwhal, 2-drop. It seems weird to play this. kind of always been a troll card, but it recently got, I think, buffed. It used to be like a 3 mana, 3/4 or something with elusive vulnerability. I don't even know because I've never even seen it summon against me. But now it's a 2-drop, so it's basically just a 2-drop elusive. It's very that straightforward. Just 2-drop elusive. You play it on your attacking turns. You attack for 2. Yeah, it can get vulnerable. It can die, but it still chips into 2 damage. And then sometimes when they attack it on, like when they do vulnerable on 3, it trades with them, so you get 2 damage and then trades. But you also can use your brittle steel elixir and stuff to save it. It's just an elusive that can get buffed. That's in short just what it is. Like it gets buffed by the Starred Seer, the Shelled Spoils, the Omen Hawk, and let's say it gets a +2/+2 or +3/+3 off of like the Starred Seers and all the buffs and stuff. It can easily become like a 5/6, like a 5/6 elusive for 2 mana, and you just need the elusives in this deck, so it's good. 3 Shared Spoils grant the top 3 units in your deck +1/+1, draw one of them. This is good because you can proc it really easily with Warring Shot, but also with your elusive strikes. And then it activates Starlet Seer, and then it also gives things on your deck +1/+1 on top of that, and like it can draw new cards over Omen Hawk. So basically, just like another buff thing. So it's like you're just constantly buffing your units and getting more elusives, and they just can't deal with it. Also cool because I mean, draw one helps with Twisted Fate. It's not how you run it, but it's a small thing. But yeah, this card's good in this deck. Filling out the whole 40 cards is actually kind of hard in this deck. There are a few cards I would like to be in the deck, I guess, or like I've played with, but overall, not many cards that like fit with this deck. So it's actually kind of hard to fit the full deck. But I think Shared Spoils definitely makes it in. I'm not only very certain decks run Shared Spoils, but the ones that can, it's pretty good in. So yeah, it buffs the elusives and gives you one of them. So that's really good. I mean, getting the top 3 units, that's really good. Starlet Seer, this is like the best card in the deck. You pretty much always want to mulligan for this. If you have Omen Hawk, you can keep it, just because you don't want to be too greedy and mull away Omen Hawk, and then not get Starlet Seer, and then you have like nothing to work with like for your buffing. But this is basically like the card you always want to see. This is the main card of the deck, especially if you get 2. Getting 2 on the field is like basically game. Like every elusive you're going to draw the rest of the game is just going to be like +2/+2. And they can't deal with that. So yeah, this card is insane. This is the whole deck is just like Starlet Seer, buff elusives, and then play the elusives that you buffed. Yeah, opening some 2 is always a good sign, especially with any of these. I think particularly this is really versatile to protect the Starlet Seer and just trade and all kinds of stuff. Max Fear the North. This is also one of the best cards in the deck. Just a really good card in the game. It's very versatile, giving ally +4/+4 this round. This card is so versatile. Like, the best thing you can do with it is you just +4/+4 on FIZZ, because then he becomes, let's say he's just a 2/1, right? Then he becomes a 6 attack elusive. So you're attacking for 6, and they can't stop it. Because if they try and stop it, you just use his ability. And like, let's say they try and stop him, you just use like whatever spell, Warning Shot or Brittle Steel, Elixir of Iron, and then it negates it. And then, so it's basically they have to take 6 damage on the spot. So this can burst for game. You can use it defensively if they like try and challenge your stuff, or like, block something so you don't take too much damage and you block Fear the North. It's best offensively. The card's extremely versatile. Sometimes I keep this in my opening hand. Like, if I already have everything. Like, let's say I have, like, Omen Hawk, Starlet Seer, and already a low-cost spell, then I'll be like, okay, I'll keep Fear the North. You're not always going to open, like, 4-card hands like that, but this card's so versatile and just so good to be able to push for damage with elusive units. Especially push for damage with elusive units that they can't stop with spells. That's very powerful. 3 Salvage. So originally this deck didn't have Twisted Fate and Salvage in it. They're not really a package deal, but it's just supposed to be more elusive-based. But I was frequently running out of... Not frequently, but sometimes I would run out of cards in my hand, and then I would be like, man, if only I had, like, literally anything that I could win, especially against control decks that don't really do that much. Like, you keep playing on your cards, and then sometimes your hand would just consist of, like, Warning Shots and Brittle Steels, and, like, you'll run out of cards, but if you have Salvage, then you can refill your hand, so it's really good against, just to refill your hand, It's use 1 card to get 2. It's a +1 card advantage, and it's going to refill your hand, and yeah, it's going to get control when they pass, and you have a lot of open mana you can't use your cards on, like you can't use the Brittle Steels and stuff. It also is good with Twisted Fate, who added later. I added this card after I added Salvage, but let's read Twisted Fate. So originally I didn't want to add Twisted Fate, because I was just like, this is an elusive deck. Like, it's so random to have Twisted Fate. Like, he's not an elusive. I just want to have like an aggressive buff elusive strategy, and like Twisted Fate doesn't really fit that theme at all. But he's just a well-rounded card. Again, I think a big thing is it's hard to fit the 40 cards in this deck. And this is just a well-rounded, versatile card you can just play. And then it has 3 different effects that can be good based on like all the many different scenarios you're put in. And it can level up, and if it levels up, you usually just win. And I've leveled it up. It levels up sometimes. It can definitely level up. So I never really level it up, but in this video, I think I'm going to level it up. So anyways, It levels up in some of the games I played in this video. All right. Anyways. It hadn't before, but then in this video, the games I played, it leveled up. All right. Anyways, just to wear on a card. I mean, you can just draw a card with it, ping things. This one's really good to keep the tempo because elusives, like, a lot of the time it's like you're attacking with elusives and then they're trying to pressure you back. But the difference is they can't block your unit, so they don't have ways to stop elusives. So you don't. As long as you don't die, you can have game next turn. Like, if you give me down a lot of cards or something like that, and like attack with elusives, let's say you put them at like 8, right? And then they're like, okay, well, it's fine. We'll just kill him now because he can't just either blocks all elusives and he loses, or he doesn't block and he dies, right? But then you play gold card and you stun them, and then you're like, oh, well, now I can block with the Twisted Fate. This stuns a card that stops 2 attackers and 1, and then you just attack with elusive next turn and they can't stop you and you win. So it's really good. This can activate shared spoils and stuff, clear cards, but it can level up. Pick card's actually decent in this deck too, to get rid of like just some dead cards and draw them to your buffed elusives. But yeah, so there's that. 3-zap Spray Fin, amazing in this deck. 4 mana Platoon, so it's a net 3 mana card. So you play 4 mana and you get 1 back. It's elusive that searches a spell, so it can get any of these early spells. It can get shared spoils, but it usually just gets like one of these. It's just an elusive that can get buffed and then it gives you a spell to work with. Really good. And then this card is definitely one of the best cards in the deck. Slippery Wave Rider. It's just for 5, it's a 4/4 elusive. It gives you a mana back. So this card getting buffed is like huge. This is one of like the main things that happens with this deck is that you'll play like Starlit Seer and Omnox and stuff, and like then by like a few buffs will get in top of your deck, and if it's Wave Rider, you'll have like a 6/6 Slippery Wave Rider. If it's a 6/6 elusive that just like constantly attacks, and like sometimes you'll have multiple. Like, you'll have a 6/6 one, you'll play it, and then if you turns out you'll draw another one, and you'll play it, and you'll have like a 6/6 elusive and a 4/4 elusive, and it's just like these huge elusive units that are hard to deal with. So that's really good. And there's all 3 ofs, and then the final card in the deck is Battle Fury. I used to run 2. I still kind of think I might run 2. I don't know. It is expensive, so it can brick your hand. But you can use Spell Mana for it. Grand Ally +8/+4 is a permanent buff, and it's amazing to push for game with elusives. I mean, so good. You can use it on stuff like, especially on FIZZ, like you make him, 10 attack, whatever, maybe even load up 11 attack, and then they can't stop him. Like, they can't try and stop him with spells or skills. Like, they try to Miraculate Sentry him, and then you just use, like, whatever Warning Shot or whatever spell, and then, like, he just can get in this 10 damage, so definitely potential to run 2. We'll see how this deck goes. I think I really like 3 Salvage. This is the only card I'm not totally sold on. It's been really good. It is just kind of awkward. I'd rather an elusive get buffed than this card, because this can't attack directly, but this having good stats is, it has quick attack. It is kind of hard for them to deal with, to be honest, and giving it extra health really helps on letting it sit there for a bit so it can level up. Like, let's say you don't have like the pick a card champ spell, but if he's buffed, then you might be able to draw a salvage, and then like this draws a card, so that's good too. This draws a card, and then you can like level him up. Anyways, let's look at the cards real quick. Let's get right into the gameplay. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, please, so that way we can get like a custom URL. So it's youtube.com/DinkMakesPlays. I got 1,000 subscribers, but anyone helps, appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the content. But real quick, make this short. Cards I played but cut. One was, where is it? Prowling Cutthroat. This is a good card to get buffed because it's just an elusive. There's not many elusives in these classes. Prowling Cutthroat's good, but early game's just a brick, just a 1/1, doesn't really do anything. This deck is more about buffing your units and making huge damage swings rather than like an aggro deck where you're just like 1, 2, 3 on curve attacking. So being a 1/1's pretty overwhelming, can honestly be like a brick in your hand. Like, you just play her and she doesn't really do anything, and then like your 1/1 elusive isn't doing anything that good compared to whatever the cards they're doing, and they just out tempo you. If she gets buffed, she has to get buffed a lot. Like, even getting buffed twice is only a 3/3, which is good, but getting buffed once to 2/2, yeah, it's whatever. She's still an elusive, so I considered her. I played her a few times. This could be good, but I didn't really want it to be like the card that was getting buffed. This could be maybe good, I don't know. This could maybe be good. I haven't tried these 3. Just kind of like naming things. This could be good, but it's not really... It depends on the meta. This would be more of a meta thing if there's a lot of 1 defense creatures. But I don't think so, really. Has 0 attack to start with, but if it's buffed, it's great. This could be defensive. If it's buffed, you have like infinite monkeys, but again, it's like an elusive deck. Oh, I tried Pocket Aces. I tried this card. This isn't actually in most versions of the deck. When drawn costs 1 less this round, give an ally +2/+1 because you get like elusive damage. You can buff Fizz. It's permanent buff, but costing like opening it and it costing 3 mana is such a dead card. This card is such a dead card so many times. Like, so many times you need more health in your units like to block or like do things, and then if you just have +1, it doesn't really change much. And 3 mana is so expensive. It is cool because Zap Spray Fin can search it, and then it's like 2 mana that turn, but it's not. A lot of times, most times I played it, it wasn't that great. This could be interesting. This could be interesting. I don't know. Probably not. I'm just looking through random cards. Chum the Waters. If this wasn't, this deck's mostly elusive based, doesn't really need it. But yeah, some cool stuff. That's pretty much all the cards I considered. I think I'd second Battle Fury if I were to add anything. Let's get straight to the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitch and twitch.tv/NickMakePlays. I stream every day. I'll be playing this deck. Hit Master Rank 1 this format and last season. Might go for it again this season before the season's over, but let's get into the games. Alright. FW, easy to win. Let's see. It seems we're up against quite the competitor, huh? Playing deep. Okay, we drew Omen Hawk. Decent start. I like seeing Fury in this deck. That looks just good for early game. If we can draw into Starlet Seer, we're pretty set, honestly. But I think the more I play this deck, I'm really learning that you don't really want to keep the elusive opening hand or see the opening hand. You want to draw just the buff cards to the spell. I also particularly don't like having spells in my opening hands for most decks, especially like a lot of mid-range decks and stuff. Like if it's up to me, I usually always want to see units, but in this deck, like the spells proc the Starlet Seer. Elixir of Iron's pretty versatile card. Fury's really good in this deck too, another versatile card. So we don't be drawn to a Starlet Seer, but elusives are fine either way. A bit awkward, but we'll bank the spell mana. Definitely want to start get things going before it gets deep. Definitely awkward. Definitely very awkward. Don't even have salvage here to fix the hand. That's rough. Abyssal Eye is really a blocker for him too. This is not that good. Yeah, he is a salvage. This is looking extremely rough, huh? There's consideration just to... I guess we'll just Warning Shot and Shared Spoils. That's not the card. We fixed our spell mana at least, I guess. Did 1 damage. It is what it is. Alright, we're probably gonna have to draw a card off this, but let's see what we draw first. We have Spray Fin. I think we still have to draw a card off this. Alright, now let's use Gold Card. Yeah, let's just use Gold Card. Because we wouldn't even get the 2 and we'd just be drawing 1 card. Let's get rid of this. We can't have this constantly healing him. We have to get rid of it. For sure. Just think about something. Is it Glimpse? Or...
Dead in their tracks.
So we're not gonna get the attune off this unless we decide to do something prematurely. Maybe we pick a card right here. Could be good, honestly. Very interesting. Alright, let's just pick a card right now, actually. Start leveling up Twisted Fate before we can get rid of it. Like, we have Elixir and Fury to save it, in case it tries to use Devour or something. You don't level this up that often in this deck. Oh, we drew into very interesting cards. Could have neat draws. I guess let's just open attack, and if he takes it, block the spider. It's fine, I'm not having this this turn. We're just gonna play this, and then play this, and try and level him up. It's actually my first time leveling up in this deck ever. I'm not joking. It's really not a common thing. So we're gonna lose this, so let's shuffle it back. And then we need to level Twisted Fate. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I actually never had this happen in this deck. I don't even know how to advance. All I know is I'm only really concerned with the Abyssal Eye. Let me draw a turn, level up. Pretty good. So the last Fizz we drew was for a normal draw. So we have to we'll use the fleeting one, or some of the fleeting so we don't lose it. Red card's gonna be good against this, that's for sure. Shared Spoils, Brittle Steel's pretty versatile. He's not deep yet, so he can still affect a lot of his things. He could easily go deep this turn though. Let's see what happens. Okay. I guess we'll just go for the red card here. Or I mean we could just Brittle Steel. We don't really need the red card. Let's let him act first. If not, we can just let this go and his guy will die anyway. So Fizz is 5 out of 6. We're gonna level up Fizz this turn. I don't even know what he could do to commit to beat this, so maybe if we draw like a Warning Shot, I'll make the Shared Spoils that much better. Okay. Alright, let's play Fizz. This 1 damage ping is good because this is like, you know, every damage matters with an elusive deck or like an aggro deck. I guess I consider this an aggro deck. It's kind of a weird one though. I don't think Brittle Steel and stuff. But it's an elusive deck. It's just a buffs. Brittle Steel is actually really important to beat all the challengers and stuff. But it's mostly because it's like a 1 damage spell. Or 1 mana spell. But either way. So we damaged him with the red card to activate Chariot Spoil. It's actually really good. Let's play this first. And then let's play the Shared Spoils. Just so we can fit both, just have the attunes. We did let it around, we wouldn't be able to do both. So this is a good order. Shared Spoils, we got a 6/6 for him. This is gonna level up. Pretty good. Pretty good. Against FW, easy to win. He has Manifold Ruination, which is really scary. I play really risky sometimes, so I kind of should play it. I'm not joking. Like, we have such a... The risk reward is pretty crazy, because if what we want to do actually works out, we are going to do, like, infinite more damage. I'm going to go for it. If I lose, I just throw it. But if I don't, it's really cool. And we're making a video, so, you know. So you gotta go for it, man. You just gotta. Like, we can do, like, Playful Trickster stuff. It'll be great. We probably won't do that, though, but we'll see. Draw a card. Ooh, that's a good one. Especially like approaching this like later game, something to close out with. Okay, he didn't have it. So we could Fury that to save it. We probably do want to keep that. He's already deep. Red card, this doesn't matter as much. If we do this here and this will live. That allows us to open up the possibility of attacking with this as well. Or we can just double elixir it. Kind of a waste. I guess we'll just do this. Oh, I could have single elixired it and then the red card would activate and save it. This is still the right play, I think, though, right? Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. So that's still the right play anyway. I would have done the same thing with that knowledge. That could make a play. So we can attack with this. If he blocks us, he's taking 9, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Stop at least 5 damage. I'm assuming he's just gonna block here. Yeah. What's Malka at? 17-25. Alright. We're in a pretty good spot here. We got a ton of the waters. The card's actually kind of decent. It's like a little bit underrated. Never really level up. I don't really have these two leveled up together. I don't really have either of them leveling up. Is not that common. FIZZ does level up, but usually it's just for the damage. Like, I don't think I even activate Chum the Waters off of him, but this can definitely push in damage or open up big attacks, like, especially because this is a 5/5. You can use this to, like, hook something away to clear the path to do some damage here. So we have him at 4, red card up him at 3, we have Battle Fury, Chum the Waters, Playful Trickster, I guess, another elusive. Plenty of ways to close the game. Plenty of ways to close the game. Don't really think I want to do anything right now. He passes, we win, so let's just pass. He can't play Abyssal Eye to block with right now, because he doesn't have 5 mana. Okay, so I'm close to leveling up. He's probably able to level up either way. We probably just want a red card here. But first, let's just play this. Look at the blue card first. Picks up 21. We're plenty fine. We'll deck ourselves out. This levels up. We have to be careful with him. Try and make sure we don't deck ourselves out, but we're probably fine. 5/6 Narwhal. That's good. Might replace this. Okay. What would I want to do here? Do I want to spend my mana this turn on salvage? I probably want to keep as much mana as possible to like keep up on like Battle Fury and stuff. Getting a regular Fury to the north would be good though. I'll just keep it simple. Just activate the red card. Nothing too crazy really. Like you probably have like Jettison or something to activate Maokai, level them up, but it shouldn't matter. Replace this. Okay, we have a really big open attack here. Okay, the Jettison. That's Maokai level up, alright. Shouldn't matter though. We definitely Luckily we have this win. I mean, even just 3 more red cards this game. I mean, he could have heal, of course, but without any elusive blockers, like, you know, there's another slot right here. Seem to be in an amazing spot. Okay. So, round ends. Okay, alright. So, what was this? 9, 15, 15 plus 8, 23. We had 23 elusive damage off that turn. That was really good. Alright, so we're doing really good with this deck. Won so many times with it in the past few days and today. Played another one. That was a rough start that game too, right? The Twisted Fate level up pick a card really helped us out. Alright, so we're against Swain Twisted Fate. Let's see how this one goes. You want to mulligan your whole hand for like Starlet Seer and Omen Hawk. Starlet Seer is the most important, but you'll keep Omen Hawk too. Okay. Bit of an awkward hand. We attack on 2, so we can place on 2 and attack with it. Hopefully it doesn't just like fall up like Petty Officer or something. We have these to protect it, but it's not only a winning strategy, just pick this 2 attack elusive. If you're getting Starlet Seer proc the entire time though, that's very good. Let's see what happens. We can still just push for 2 damage. Yeah, let's just push for 2 damage. Interesting. Alright, we get 2 damage in here. He shouldn't have any heal in this deck. I don't think the classes have any heal. Like Citrus Courier and stuff, but he's not going to be running that. Oh, he's going wide, huh? He's definitely going to attack, right? And even if he doesn't and we lose 1 minute, it's not that big a deal. Hook something. Okay. Just going to let it go. Let's save our mana here and actually just salvage now. But you don't normally level this up, so it's okay to not save the salvage for that. You got that one anyway, but that's not the point. Pretty weird so far. I guess we'll just open attack into red card. This is Ravenous Flock. Okay, it's fine. Pretty good, but that's okay. I pick cards too. All right. I guess we'll just go ahead and play this. We don't really need the blue card here. We just kind of need to stabilize. Red card could be good. Good card's kind of trolly. I say good card. Gold card's kind of trolly. Blue card, I mean, there actually is some merit to blue carding. But I do want to get rid of some of those creatures and do damage to the rest. Would that matter, though? Honestly, maybe we should just blue card.
Gotta trust your instincts.
I do need to trust my instincts. I'm just gonna blue card.
I'm always up for a round or 2.
We could maybe try and go for the Twisted Fate level. We'll see what happens. I doubt it's gonna work out, though. It's easy to stop, especially with like Death Hands or anything. Golden Narwhal. Interesting. Okay. Met another Ravenous Flock. It's very interesting that we're being pressured by just like house spiders. He actually has all spiders in the field right now. Okay. Get rid of that. Let's go to the.
You're bluffing.
You're bluffing. We could have used Iron Elixir here, but I don't want this to be damaged Ravenous Flock in case he draws into it later. Okay, get something else in. We'll take 4. It's not really a big deal. So we'll take 5 because of this. Again, not really a big deal though. See, this is very important to us. So we could just Twisted Fate, that'll put it at 6 out of 8, and then we salvage immediately and level it up. And he doesn't have Ravenous Flock, or would have played it last turn. So I think we're good. Let's just get rid of Golden Narwhal. Because it's gonna be leveled up right after the salvage. Okay. He probably wants to like make it rain or something so bad. But he cannot. Why we have warning, just warning shots. Alright, so then yeah, salvage will level us up. Let's do that. This is interesting. These are actually really awkward pick a card cards, but we did level Twisted Fate, which is like really good in itself. Because even if he does kill this one, which is gonna be kind of decently hard maybe, because he already used Death Hand, Fervor, and now he's out of range to make it rain. If we draw into another Twisted Fate, it will level up. Okay. I'm fine with me. He's gonna get some more cards. He's low on cards. That's good for him. These are like, you know, they're cards, but not like anything too threatening right now. So now he has a lot more real cards. But at the same time, use 4 mana to do that. So we have 3 mana left this turn. We have plenty more to do. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is fleeting, so I guess we just do it. He has no mana left. I mean, I just did a really awkward ordering, but yeah, he has no mana left. So attack with Fizz. We're gonna Shadow Spoils here. Nice. Pretty good. We lose Battle Fury, which is like a really good way to burst for game. That's alright. So it's turn 7. You can't Rex or Leviathan yet. We have a lot of buff elusives. We can play this. This is good stats here. That's why I said nice. If it was just a 2-3, it's a bit later in the game, so you might be doing something else. Yeah, we need to stop that. So we have Fury of the North. Probably gonna want to leave mana open for Fury of the North. Let's just play Starlights here. We might actually play Chum the Waters on that. We'll see. So we can like open up attacks for our Starlight Seer, Twisted Fate for extra damage. Let's see if he's daring enough to attack, and we can like use Fury of the North. So we use this here. We can always just gold card this later. This will kill these. Only has 2 mana left. Pretty good. This will turn extra Swain to his hand to a Ravenous block to kill this, but I think we'd have already done that if it's the case that he had the Ravenous block, or like the extra Swain in hand. We knew he didn't have Ravenous block earlier, but if he drew next cards, he did have the Swain's champ spell, Swain's Ravenous block. I think we'd have already used it. We'll just keep going. Pressure on with gold card.
Hold it, partner.
Alright. This is interesting. We have a lot we can do this turn. He already used 2 sentries. What's the worst that could happen? Like Riptide Rex probably, right? Going shot or Riptide Rex. I guess there's no reason to really complicate things. Okay, let's just do this and see what happens. We have Fury of the North, which is really versatile. Okay, so far so good. Waste 4 mana for the turn and try and live. Probably trying to get Ravenous Flock, make it rain. Okay. Double, make it rain. Alright, we win, but because we're cool. Even neither of them targeted Fizz. Sorry. It's just satisfying. What were we gonna draw? I could have just done more. Get like a red card in there. You know, see if we draw salvage, stuff like that. Unlucky. I should have figured north that. Alright. GG. GG. Pretty good games, yeah. 11 Twisted Fate twice this video. It's amazing. Maybe that's more reliable than it seems. I mean, it just kind of happens out of nowhere. You just get like the 1 pick a card with him, you drop a turn and start you 4, and then you just have to do like another salvage or like, you know, let a turn pass by and then pick a card, stuff like that.